All right. Kevin Black did an interview saying that Eminem battled DMX on Funk Flex back in the days. This was at the time DMX was already out. He was super famous. Eminem was on the come up. You saw the clip, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, for the people that don't know, can you wait? For the people that don't know, can you share who Kevin Black is?
Okay, Kevin Black. I met Kevin Black. I met him through a guy by the name of Fade. Well, okay, this might take a little minute. Death Row Records was distributed by Interscope Records, right? It's two different record companies. At the time, Death Row had a promoter by the name, a head of promotions by the name of Kevin Black, who we're talking about. Interscope had a head of promotions by a guy named Fade Duvernay. One of my guys at Tommy Boy, matter of fact, no, I'll tell you who it was. Fat Man Scoop said, hey man, because at the time I was working for Tommy Boy Records, and Fat Man Scoop said, hey man, my guy Fade is coming to Detroit, and Interscope really don't have a lot of help there, and can you like be a guide for my guy? Like act like he's me. I said, all right, no problem. So I meet Fade Duvernay and we do this, and Fade and Kevin Black want to do this big party, for all the DJs, and they rented out a hotel room, and they just wanted a record store DJ radio appreciation day, and I helped them coordinate that. We had liquor, we had everything we could imagine. We had food for days, and so that's the first meeting I had with Kevin Black, and then Kevin Black after that, and we talking about this was for, I'm dating myself here. This was for, I believe, Above the Rim soundtrack in '94. So we did that. I didn't get the account at Interscope. I didn't get the account. I just was being a friendly, one of my clients wanted me to help out with Interscope and Death Row. And I didn't make a dollar. I had a nice time. I can't say I had the time of my life because at that point, that was like a daily operation. So that's how I met Kevin Black. And then during the industry, when he would come here, so he took full control over Death Row Promotions. And he would come to town often to Detroit. Okay, so I got to know Kevin Black, and he was over at Death Row. Nah, he was with Death Row for a long time. He was the head of promotions, and he was a nice, cordial guy with me. Very good. We got a good relationship. Now, where I had an overlaps and what I didn't understand about that interview, to be honest with you, it is a guy by the name of Renee McLean, and I consider him, he's one of my mentors. He gave me a shot in the music business when a lot of people didn't. He was one of my first major accounts. Like, I had like different accounts, of course, but I met him and he gave me the Elektra Records account. So, that was Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. That was a lot of that at that time. It was a high profile record label, Elektra Records, and Renee was promotions over there. And so, bless his soul, wherever Renee went, I went. So when Renee left Elektra Records, he went over to Interscope. And a little bit of relapse was when Eminem blew up. I mean, when he first got to Interscope, it was a guy by the name of Anthony Daughtry, AD. That's one of my good mentors. He's a good friend of mine. I talk to him still. I talk to him. I talk to Renee too. And AD was over there when M signed. Something happened, I don't know, job transfers. Then Renee took over right when How My Name. When How My Name, which was M's first, because AD did the Just Don't Give a Fuck first song off of, first single or first single off of the Eminem's first album, but then a job transfer happened, a transition happened. Then Renee took over, and so Renee was over there for like an album cycle, maybe 2 album cycle, and then Kevin Black came over. So I don't see how Kevin Black wasn't around Eminem from my recollections, because I just remember 80 Renee and then Kevin Black. When it was over with Eminem for Eminem, I'm talking about Interscope or whatever. So I don't know. I can't recall that kind of situation happening, especially during the time they were talking about. It would either have to be AD or Renee McLean. That's just my interpretation of it. I don't, the way Kevin was saying it, I don't remember Kevin being in the early parts of the whole Eminem explosion, but he was there for a large chunk of Eminem, like the album, like the albums, that the latter albums, like the second and third album. I want to believe he came over there like
Right, the
when,
Marshall Mathers LP and the
yeah,
and the
exactly, yeah,
Eminem show.
yep, he was over there then. I want to believe he was. And you be talking about Interscope, yes.
Well, because it's kind of crazy, because in that same interview when he's talking about that battle, right, which everyone that's talked about the battle has been like, they have no recollection of anything like this even happening, and a lot of people that have lived in New York like all their lives, I've seen, they say like, yo, like Flex never had any kind of show where it was like a battle like that.
What did
You
Flex
know,
say about it? I never seen what did Flex say about it?
Flex hasn't come out and said anything as far as I know. And then also Kevin went as far as saying there would be no Eminem without Kevin Black. Like he broke that record, the My Name Is.
Man, I'm speaking out and once again, I have been under the Kevin Black. I don't even think me and Kevin Black ever, now on a management term, like he was definitely there. He was the head of promotions. Like when he made he made a tremendous contribution to the D12. Because now, mind you, I'm transcending. You talking about Mark Hicks, who had a promotions marketing company, right? And then you're talking about Mark Hicks when he was co-manager with Rico Shelton in D12. So D12, he had a significant, he was head of rap promotions at Interscope. Now, that's for sure. But so when you talk about the Marshall Mathers LP, I think that's when the transitions happened and Renee was leaving Interscope and Kevin Black was coming in. But when you talk about the Slim Shady LP, I really don't remember, that type of that I don't even think he would, because Kevin Black was, I think he went from, man, I'm kind of speaking on him, but I think he went from Death Row, and I think he went to another label. Then he came back to work at Interscope. So he played a very, very, very significant role in a lot of different, I think maybe even 2001, Chronic 2001, he played. I think that was when that was, he was playing a hell of a role in all of that.
So, in your opinion, do you think that that battle really happened?
I don't think so, man.
Yo, Mark,
I
come
don't think
on.
so. I don't think so. I don't see how time-wise that happened. Oh, and no. And honestly, I know shit happens off camera, but I don't even see how that's possible to happen because, Interscope, the locks at that time, the locks and The Locks was on Interscope, so Rough Riders was their home was Interscope. That was a distributor. And DMX, of course, is on Def Jam. I just don't see that. Or maybe the only part that could have happened, maybe the Locks, I mean, Rough Riders, that Kevin Black was consulting with the Rough Riders. But I don't think, from my anonymous sources, from my strong anonymous sources, they said that didn't happen.
Oh, so you spoke with people about it?
Yes. Yeah, my anonymous sources, they said it didn't happen.
Wow. Why do you think that he would say that story though?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know I don't I don't know. Unless I don't know. You asking me a question, and I haven't talked to Kevin Black in probably like maybe 15. Kevin Black has been like I think he's like doing what I'm doing, like, like kind of private sector. He's not working with like majors anymore. But I don't know.
Hey man, you gotta chill out on the sounds,
Oh,
man.
okay.
But you saying that he does private sector?
Yeah, I think he do, but I haven't talked to Kevin Black or seen in like that. When I seen that, it was like me seeing a ghost. I hadn't probably seen Kevin Black in like maybe like 10 years, 10, 12 years. So I don't, he came out of that and I was like, wow.
All right.